imagery of children as young as 11, including girls sexualised and topless. This is child sexual abuse. We've seen reports of photos being shared of women in bikinis, tied up and gagged, with bruises, covered in blood, and much, much more. Lives can and have been devastated by this content, which is designed to harass, torment, and violate people's dignity. They are not harmless images. They're weapons of abuse, disproportionately aimed at women and girls. And they are illegal. Last week, X limited the image creation function to paid subscribers. This does not go anywhere near far enough. It is insulting to victims to say, you can still have this service if you're willing to pay. And it is monetizing abuse. So let me be crystal clear. Under the Online Safety Act, sharing intimate images without someone's consent or threatening to share them, including images of people in their underwear, is a criminal offence for individuals and for platforms. My predecessor, the Right Honourable Member for Hove and Portslade, rightly made this a priority offence, so services have to take proactive action to stop this content from appearing in the first place. The Data Act, passed last year, made it a criminal offence to create or request the creation of non-consensual intimate images. And today, I can announce to the House that this offence will be brought into force this week. And that I will make it a priority offence in the Online Safety Act too. This means individuals are committing a criminal offence if they create or seek to create such content, including on X. And anyone who does this should expect to face the full extent of the law. But the responsibilities do not just lie with individuals for their own behaviour. The platforms that host such material must be held accountable, including X. Madam Deputy Speaker, Ofcom this morning confirmed that they have opened a formal investigation into X and will assess their compliance with the Online Safety Act. The government expects Ofcom to set out a timeline for the investigation as soon as possible. The public, and most importantly, the victims of Grok's activities, expect swift and decisive action, so this must not take months and months. But X does not have to wait for the Ofcom investigation to conclude. They can choose to act sooner to ensure this abhorrent and illegal material cannot be shared on their platform. If they do not, Ofcom will have the backing of this government to use the full powers which Parliament has given them. And I would remind X and all other platforms that this includes the power to issue fines of up to 10% of a company's worldwide qualifying revenue. And in the most serious cases, Ofcom can apply for a court order to stop UK users accessing the site. Madam Deputy Speaker, this government will do everything in our power to keep women and especially children safe online. So I can today confirm that we will build on all the measures I have already outlined and legislate in the Crime and Policing Bill, which is currently going through Parliament, to criminalise nudification apps. This new criminal offence will make it illegal for companies to supply tools designed to create non-consensual intimate images, targeting the problem at its source. And in addition to all of these actions, we expect technology companies to introduce the steps recommended by Ofcom's guidance on how to make platforms safer for women and girls without delay. And if they do not, I am prepared to go further. Because this Labour government believes tackling violence against women and girls is as important online as it is in the real world. Now, Madam Deputy Speaker, this is not, as some would claim, about restricting freedom of speech. That's something that I and the whole government hold very dear. It is about tackling violence against women and girls. It's about upholding basic British values of decency and respect and ensuring the standards we expect offline are upheld online. And it is about exercising our sovereign power and responsibility to uphold the laws of this land. I hope this is a time when MPs on all sides of the House will stand up for British laws and British values and call out the platforms that allow explicit, degrading and illegal content. It is time to choose a side. Opposition MPs can either support the legislative action we are taking under the Online Safety Act, or they can ally themselves with those who think the creation and publication of sexually manipulated images of women and children is acceptable. And I say in particular to the one Reform MP sitting in this House that if they continue to call for Online Safety Act to be repealed, they are shamefully supporting scrapping protections that keep women and children safe. If I may, Madam Deputy Speaker, briefly, I'd like to address calls from many MPs and others, understandable calls for the government to end its participation on X. I really do understand why many colleagues have come to this conclusion when X seems so unwilling to clean up its act. The government will, of course, keep our participation on X under review. But our job is to protect women and girls from illegal and harmful content wherever it is found. And I think it's also worth bearing in mind, with 19 million people on X in this country, and more than a quarter of them saying that they use it as their primary source of news, that our views, and often simply the facts, need to be heard wherever possible. Madam Deputy Speaker, let me conclude by saying this. I believe, and the government believes, AI is a transformative technology which has the power and potential to bring around extraordinary and welcome change, creating jobs and growth, diagnosing and treating diseases, helping children learn at school, tackling climate change, and so much more besides. But in order to seize these opportunities, people must feel confident that they and their children are safe online and that AI is not used for destructive and abusive ends. Many tech companies want to and are acting responsibly, but where they do not, we must and we will act. Innovation should serve humanity, not degrade it. So we'll leave no stone unturned in our determination to stamp out these demeaning, degrading and illegal images. If that means strengthening the existing laws, we are prepared to do so, because this government stands on the side of decency. We stand on the side of law. We stand for basic British values that are supported by the vast majority of people in this country, and I commend this statement to the House.
Shadow Secretary of State, Julia Lopez.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and to the Secretary of State for advance notice of her